Uh,
Right.
but my point is, that's how it works. If you take it out of the company and put it, and your residence was in Minnesota, you would still have to claim income tax on that because you're in Minnesota. But if you just left it in the company that you owned in Wyoming, South Dakota, a couple states like this, if you just left it in that company as not profit but just operating revenue, like dude, you could just allow yourself to get wealthy as fuck on paper without paying Minnesota income tax on it.
W, what's up?
And then if you move to like Florida, by the time you've got enough in there, if you move to Florida or you move to South Dakota or Wyoming, Washington State too, I don't know, but they got a weird thing. I don't think it's income. It might be income tax, but I think it's corporate income tax. So yeah, I think that would still work, but you might have to move your company there. Uh, you could do the same thing. Nevada, I think Nevada's probably going to change though. What's your general feel on the ground, Mick? How's Nevada doing, like politically?
Politically.
Oh, it's blue. It's blue now for sure.
You really
I
think
mean,
so? Like even like Henderson, like Summerlin, all that.
yeah, it's starting to shift that way. Yeah.
Nevada's like a weird state because it's like the most remote state, but it's not the least populated because everybody lives in Vegas.
Well, yeah, but outside of Vegas, dude, no, like Vegas is the so Vegas is definitely going blue.
Hondo P. You winning, Alec?
I'm doing okay right now. It's a good start.
Look, what constitutes like fraud in business? What are some things to avoid?
In terms of what? In terms of dealing with.
Just anything, give me some general, sketchy things some sketchy ways you can commit fraud, for personal profit.
Well, I would just say limiting any information public that you can. That's how all fraud works. Fraud is basically gaining the information of someone else that poses them in order to make financial transactions for that person's gain. So the the more you limit information to the public, the better shot you have at preventing that from happening.
Talking about like cooking the books.
Well, cooking the books is that's that's interesting. That's fraud is very large. That is a different type of fraud. That accounting fraud, which is misrepresenting accounting figures in order to boost shareholder value of a company, which is it's the same principle. It's just I guess different way.
Just like done through a different practice. Yeah, I know it's fucked up. You're like, what's up? Look at all this money we're making, bitch. Give us some more.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you can because what for for public financial reporting purposes, what are you looking for? Looking for earnings per share. That's what dictates shareholder value. So if you can cook the book to make that statistic extremely high,
What
the
do you mean
public can
by
see that.
cooking the book?
Fabricating accounting records.
Oh, okay, okay.
Basically,
So like
basically,
you say that you like earned way more revenue in a given period and in a given accounting period than you actually did, and then you post that on like a financial statement about your company, and you go to investors and you're like, look at how much money we're going. We've been making more and more, just quarter after quarter, year on year growth. Look at our projected KGAR, compound annual growth rate, and you're like, do you want to invest? And they're like, yeah, man, I want to put 50 million on that. If my 50, I'm looking at 30% returns,
yep.
you know, and then it's all bullshit.
It's bullshit. It's a lie. You're lying.
It's a fucking lie. You
Yeah,
made it up.
made it up, and it's highly illegal. It's like
Because
you
you
can't.
can do that, man. Like a financial statement, like there's these things that companies post. They're called financial 10Ks. Like any publicly traded company, uh, has to have one, and any privately traded company, or I guess it's not really traded the same way, but it is. Any privately like invested like venture capital, then you can't like defraud that in like an investment contract. That'd be the same thing, just in private. But any publicly traded company has to post their shit, like how much money they're making every quarter and stuff, how much cash they have in their business accounts, how much debt they have, all that stuff. And there's been companies who have just massively lied about it. Like they'll be like just some guy in a suit comes and he's like, Jerry, we are $55 million in debt and we are negative 22% growth this quarter. What do you? What do we? He was like, no, we're not. He's like, what? He's like, we're not. Look again. We paid that debt off. And last I checked, we did 100 million this quarter. So cheer up, bud. And he's like, that what? He's like, shut the fuck up. Get back to work. That shit goes down, bro. That was Enron, basically. Those guys fascinate me, Mickey.
That was Enron, you know. And it's all short lived. It's very short sighted to do this because eventually, you know, it does come out. You get audited, or you just like it's unsustainable. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
people just like don't get paid. Like dividends,
Yeah,
like don't get paid because
like,
dividends have to be paid with cash. And like if obviously you're a massively publicly traded company, you pay dividends at least on your preferred stock. And so like your major shareholders, like the Josh Harrison types from Succession, like those fucking vampires that just have massive stakes in these massive companies. Yeah, you know, they like to get paid like on a quarterly basis. That's how they make their money. Like when you become like a serious billionaire, you make money just by putting your money in different places. Because the percentage value of return on that on a quarterly basis, it's like you're making like 20, 30, $40 million a quarter, you know, if you invest good with certain companies. It's like, yeah, so you can totally just fake that. You can be like, yeah, man, look at all this growth. Give us like, 200 million. But eventually, like, and companies will do that when they're doing really bad to try and get out, thinking that they can like make up for the whole. So they're basically just using fraud as like a loan almost, and then they think that they can get things going good again and pay everyone off. But eventually, people stop getting paid. Is what really does it.
Yeah.
And they're like, "How come I didn't get my fucking $25 million this quarter? What's going on?" I'm calling the fucking IRS. Or I guess they'd call the SEC. Nick, you'd be a good guy working for the SEC. They'd be like, there's no way to beat this guy, you know?
Yeah, but I would never want to work for federal.
No, dude, you could be one of those guys that works for the SEC for like 5 years and then goes and just sits in a room in a hedge fund and advises them on how to rip the government off better. You get paid like $1 million a year just to do consulting for them. Just to like sit there and be like, oh, well, actually, here's what they're gonna do, guys. I'll tell you what they're gonna do. Isn't that fucked up that we like allow that? I don't know. Maybe it's awesome. Maybe that's why we are the wealthiest country ever. You know, corruption is why we win.
I'm just trying to make that money. Trying to go out to nice dinners and shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to have nice clothes, nice house, nice truck, maybe a sports car. Go to Europe whenever I want, different parts, different butts. Uh, you know, uh, that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm completely honest about it. Alex, how come you don't fucking say anything?
Cause
You
I'm
fucking little
concentrating
tapeworm,
so fucking hard, dude.
you tapeworm bitch.
I'm
Yeah,
a
but you
little.
still have to talk, otherwise it's not cool.
I'm a little tapeworm, bitch. You guys' job
We
is to
can't just sit
talk
here
while
and talk
I
till you
am
squirt
a
out. That's not the business
tapeworm.
model. Do you hear the
This
dead
is
air
my.
in our cadence? It's because there's no fucking Alec. Me and Mick can't just talk to each
Dude, I'm
other.
concentrating so
I mean,
fucking
we
hard right
can, but
now, dude.
it gets weird. You know what I'm saying?
I'm concentrating so fucking hard right now.
Dude, don't concentrate, man. That's fucking stupid.
Oh, but I'm 4-0 so far, dude. You guys are doing great. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. Keep up the hard work. That's why you're getting paid.
I'm not getting paid anything. This business is not current generating revenue at this time.
Not at this
But
time.
you're very passionate.
Business. The definition of a business transaction.
Well, but trans your action, dude.
We have an extremely rough business model that has yet to generate revenue at this time.
That's what I like to hear.
We should also play classic because that's what people care about.
Yeah, we can play
Instead of-
classic for sure, dude. That's actually
Yeah, I
smart
don't
as
know why you're
fuck.
playing
We should do that this weekend. We should maybe like start a fresh hardcore and talk about all the shit we talk about. I don't know.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? God damn it. The only problem with that is downloading videos that are 5 hours long is we'd have to do a lot of editing and that does not sound fun. Fuck a duck, dude. Last round, you guys. Say some funny shit so we have something to post, you fucking retards.
You can't say that word anymore, man. It's like politically incorrect.
No, we can
I
say
guess
what we
you
want.
can.
We can say whatever, dude.
Word, dude.
I got Domino coming, boys. Labor Day Domino.
Damn, what the Dominoes it up, dude? That's so hot, dude.
Yup.
The fuck?
What'd you get from Don?
Got two of them, base Andy.
Dude, I love coming in my own pants by winning, dude. It feels so fucking good coming in my own pants, yeah.